Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. New course to most of the golfers on tour. This challenging layout just opened in 2015. Today we're along the east coast of Maine. Rich Lerner with Frank Nobila. We'll be calling all the action from the cliffs at Lighthouse Point.
Another great design from Brand Patel, and they really threw the boat out here. Some excellent choice of holes. And you're going to see the changes in elevation. You get this on a windy day, and of course 7,700 yards will play even longer than that. A nice calm day though, Rich, and you really can shoot a good score out here. What a great shot.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Superb position, right in the fairway, and 200 yards to the flagstick. That is a green in regulation as the approach shot hits the first green. But he is by no means in for par yet. A lengthy putt coming up. Frank, looks like he came over just a little bit.
Yeah, that one wasn't pretty, but it's still gonna get away with it.
He'll need to be strong with this. Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Frank, this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it.
Either misjudged the win or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
Going to take some skill now.
So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. This is a cross-country special. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know, it might just go in.
Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. Wasn't that hard a shot.
Now this putt from 23 feet. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Even par early on. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. This would give him a bogey. And a tough hole. Henrik now for bogey. So, 2 over par for the round. Now at the second here at Lighthouse Point, Frank, this is some tough par 3.
If you want to try and really break the hole down and be a purist here, Rich, you'd like to hit a little cut into this green, something that moves away from the water and the cliff back towards that bunker. That would be the perfect shot to hit. But such a difficult par 3. Anything on the green would be good here. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Oh my goodness, that could have been really bad.
Can you imagine if that kicks towards the bunker?
This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. That was not a very good read right there. Getting set now over the putt.
Just when you think you're going to make birdie. Now, have to really concentrate on this and at least make par. It's no snack, though.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. And so just getting started, even par so far.
Even par currently.
Still even par for the day. And he's putting for par now. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. One over for the day. Frank, I like the mix of holes as we start out here at Lighthouse Point. Tough par 4, then a par 3, and now a scoring opportunity with a par 5 at the third.
Scoring opportunity with a good drive. Very thin fairway here, Rich. This hole is built for accuracy, and players off the tee, they're going to have to try and hit this fairway. Long fairway bunker runs almost the entire length of this hole, and it could act actually as a little helper, stop you going down by the cliff, because anything left, obviously, on that cliff line will go all the way down to the ocean.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. Frank, high-level players are never terribly disappointed to play from the fringe, and that's where this ball has ended up.
Yeah, it could have been better, it could have been worse, but in the end, you just got nothing much you can do about it now. A couple of choices coming up. You're going to need some sort of miracle putt.
Try to loft this one in the air with the lob wedge. Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. With that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. So, Frank, just from the fringe, what's the best way to hit this shot?
The best players with chip. This is going to be risky, though. I don't know if he's got the skill. Oh, this is way offline.
He knew it right from the start. What was he thinking there?
I have no earthly idea.
Pretty good stroke right there, just to hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. And that one rolls just into the rough.
Now you have to decide whether or not that ball's going to fly or not.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Settles in over the putt. One under early in the round. Ian needs this now for his par. Two over for the day. Just a couple of feet. Those keep the round going, those par putts. Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. Well, here at the par 4 fourth, 411 yards, Frank, this is the kind of hole where you want to pull out the cell phone and maybe take a few pictures because the views are absolutely amazing.
And you also see why this golf course is called the Cliffs, that's for sure. Great vistas. This front nine completely lines the coast, so you're going to need to keep it fairly straight on this golf course. This hole in particular, though, the fairway is actually rather generous, so you do get a little bit of reprieve off the tee, and you really want to hit the fairway because that green is very tiny, Rich.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Good contact, good result. And Ian Poulter going for the green on his second shot. Frank, I'll tell you, what Poulter did at the 2012 Ryder Cup, to me, goes down in history as one of the most electric moments in the game. Europe was reeling. He made 5 straight birdies, ignited the comeback, that miracle at Medina.
Yeah, this is such an individual sport, Rich, but what he did at Medina motivated 11 other people. That is just absolutely unheard of in our sport.
Birdie attempt coming up for Ian. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. This is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
And this attempt will be from about 130 yards. See a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
Frank, this one is veering far to the left. And it is not looking like a good lie. This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. That's as bad as I have seen. Folks, that one is now on the fringe. Right about 9 feet here to the hole. Frank, I thought that was in. Oh, you can see the frustration. Almost kicked his putter head right there with a drop shot here at the 4th. Man,
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. And Frank, you hear it so often. This is a game of dealing with your miscues.
That's the beauty of this game of golf. It giveth and it taketh away.
Frank, we hear the sports psychologists who often say, put the mistake behind you, live in the moment. Easier said than done.
It is, male, female. It doesn't. It certainly affects everybody that plays this game, and somehow you've got to play. You've heard the old cliche, one shot at a time, but this is why it's so important, because if anything from the past creeps in, it really does affect on what you do after that.
So with that, the score is now at even par. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. So a drop shot right there, and now at 1 over par for the day. Now the 5th hole, par 4, 481 yards.
Find the fairway, and it's a fairly generous one, and you should have a shot where you want a nice lofted one over that front bunker to land softly on the green.
Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
You can play it from there, 300 yards away and in the fairway.
Oh, if this is up, it's good. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
That will be a great look at birdie. Second shot now for Ricky Fowler.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one. This is way left going left.
And that one's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough. It's tough to take an extra club out of that lie, Rich, because it's always in the back of your mind. If you hit it properly, it's going to email the green.
Gave that one everything he had. I mean, really gouged it, and still, it was short. That's how the best in the world play it, Frank.
Well, I tell you, a little lucky that it went in, but it was always going to be close.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. This is a par bid for Fowler. All right, no damage done. Stays at 1 over par with that putt. So a tester from 4 feet. Has his par. Just a tap in to finish the hole. 3 over for the day. Par 3 6 is relatively short, 198 yards, Frank.
But this one, really, you've got to go airborne here. That bunker that protects the left side and front, you've got to carry that and get it to land soft so it doesn't skip through the back of the screen.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That's all he wanted to do there.
Yeah, it's touch. And when you think from that distance, chances of making are almost none. So to guarantee a two-putt, well done.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Getting set now over the putt.
Oh, this is a huge putt. It's in.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Oh, do that. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Nice par to remain 1 under. 1 over for the day. Par 4 7th, only 370 yards. Frank, decision to be made off that tee.
It is. I walked this hole, Rich, to the narrowest point of the fairway. It's 278 yards, and if you want to carry that left side, you're going to have to be strong 300 yards. So really, I don't know if driver's the play. Maybe even 3 wood's too much. You might have to throttle back even further. So the hole might be short. You just might get a little bit of a longer second shot than what the scorecard would normally allow you.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee. Nice.
Looks good. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Birdie attempt coming up for Ian. Digs in, ready for the bunker shot.
Yeah, second shot here. Just try and aim a little bit behind that ball, an inch or two.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
This, the second shot here at the par 4. Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much. Well, just a little too much, Rich.
I don't know if it was wind at his back. He didn't calculate it, but he's going to be left with a difficult chip shot here. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Just a bit offline and into the bunker. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
And setting up here in the rough. Frank, there's nothing like catching a bunker shot just perfectly. Splashes out, lands softly, and just runs up to that hole.
Yeah, it's like 3D. There's the component in the strike where it's going to land, and then the third part of it is how much will it roll.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole. Tough break.
This would give him the par. Needs birdies at some point, but will take the par to stay at 2 over. In for par. So, 2 over par for the round. Just drip that in.
Well, it's 4 1/4 inches. Use it all.
Getting set at the 8th hole. It's a par 3 of 165 yards. Break it down for us, partner.
This gets really narrow in the middle of this green, Rich. That's sort of the biggest problem. Matter of fact, only had 12 yards from that left side to the right in the middle. And the green itself actually is 3 times that in length, 36 yards. So straightness is the key here.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Frank, I think that's going in the bunker.
Looks like it.
Somehow that managed to miss the bunker, Frank.
Yeah, that looked like it was sand for sure.
Long putt here. This will require a good touch. On the way. Oh, yeah, he's going to love that one, Frank. Sensational effort.
Oh, just eat that up.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a greenside bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sandwich. Amazing. Like Ben Crenshaw right there, just so smooth.
Well played before.
Did the job right there. Now to the par 5 ninth. Frank, what are we looking at here?
Well, for the longer hitters, it's actually a chance to reach a par 5 and 2. 300 yards is where that fairway starts to bend more to the left. So you do the maths, it's going to give you roughly 250 yards to the middle sort of front left of that green. That's the easy way to play the hole. Make a mistake off the tee and you might find out this is a more difficult 3-shotter than what you were anticipating.
And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. Well, this is going to be an interesting day. The wind is howling, or as they would say in Scotland, just a wee breeze. Now, a bit unfortunate in the bunker, Frank.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what his bunker play's like.
Settling in now after that tough start. That shot does finish up on the green, but it sets up for a very difficult putt. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Headed for the bunker? That one is in the bunker. Third shot coming up now from the bunker. Looking to splash this softly onto the green. So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, it was they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was an inch or two. Aimed the club at that and made sure they followed through.
That was not a very good read right there. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Almost. Wow. Yeah, that's a good putt right there. From that distance, he'll settle. And getting ready for the putt. Birdie chance for Henrik Stenson. Ricky can pick up a shot right here. Makes it and moves to 1 over. Just a couple of feet. One over for the day. Needs this for par. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Now on the 10th hole here at the Cliffs at Lighthouse Point as we begin our trek homeward here at this magnificent golf course. This one puts a little fear into you, Frank. I'm looking at a par 4 and it's almost 600 yards. Help,
you're going to need it, that's for sure. And one of the things they've done to help you is a big elevated tee, so that'll at least chew some of the yardage off. Hopefully the prevailing breeze is also at your back, which might shorten that number up. Pretty generous fairway. Try and take those bunkers out of play with the big hefty club. And when you get on the green, you're going to realise there's 2 greens here, Rich. 10 shares the same green as 13.
Ian Poulter going for the green on his second shot. Early part of his back 9 and a good approach shot. And he'll have this for birdie. Let's see what Ricky Fowler can come up with here on the approach. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. .110 yards to the flag. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself that it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Right off the edge.
Just a fraction softer, then it might have just turned in.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Well, that certainly puts a different color on the round. Great birdie. Could not have come at a better time.
Starting to battle back. Putt for par. Needs one. Solid effort and reasonable result to stay at 1 over par. Clean this up with a tap. Bottom of the barrel, and now to 2 under. Good solid par right there. Standing over the ball here at the par 5 11th. Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball. Should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see.
Yeah, it was a little over-ambitious.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Well, he'll have to get up and down from the bunker to save his par. And from the fairway for his second shot here. That's been the story of the day, hacking it out of the rough.
You're going to have grass stains on the shoes coming in. Well, the way that came out, really lucky to be on the fringe.
He'll still have a good chance to come out of here with a decent score. Well, he'd like to have that one back in the bunker.
Still a chance to get it up and down.
Good thing he stayed in the first cut, because just a couple of feet over, that rough is really deep. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Great knees, great hands in this shot.
Yeah, touch. You have to have that feel. You have something between the ball and the club face, so it's a different feel, but you also have to have imagination.
Great shot coming out of that bunker right there.
Showing some skills today.
You know how to play this shot, Frank, right? You keep your chin up, you look down your nose at the ball, you have to pick it cleanly, and keep your head still. Lays the face open. He'll try to pop this one out.
It's that sneaky distance.
Birdie putt now for Henrik Stenson. Getting set now over the putt. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Okay, has it, and stays at 1 over par. 1 under on the day. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Back to par for the round. Back here now at the 12th hole, par 4, 439 yards, Frank, to the center of this green off the black tees.
And if the breeze blows left to right, this hole plays very hard. One of the reasons why, just through the fairways littered with bunkers. So not only do you have to pick the right line, but somehow you've got to get that ball the right distance as that hole bends completely to the left. Rather interesting shaped green here at 12.
This is a stiff test, no doubt. Good contact, good result. Well, this is the kind of wind that separates the great players from the average players. You really have to be strong to handle these kinds of winds. This one will play a little bit longer. It's up the hill to that green.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Safely aboard, about 25 feet from the hole. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Sometimes you get breaks, and he got one right there.
Yeah, I guess the bunker was a little smaller than I thought it was. It looked doomed for that.
Well, too bad. He'll have to play from the bunker. Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad. Headed for the bunker? Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Great professionals, Frank, they don't fear the green side bunker shot, do they?
No, because you can be as aggressive or as conservative as you want. You actually have far more options. And you don't have to hit the ball first.
In the green side bunker here, Frank. Nice to go to the beach, but not too often, we hope. This will be the fourth shot now coming out of the bunker. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
That was cruel. It looked like it was certainly going in.
Shouldn't be a problem here. This to drop one shot for Henrik. 8-foot putt here. Got it for par. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Stays at 1 under with that par. Putt for par. Needs one. 1 over for the day. Now to the 13th hole, and Frank, this could make you quake in your soft spikes. 702 yards, par 5. It might be a par 6 or a 7.
Well, I think a few people will make 6 or 7 here. You're right. This is a rarity in golf, 700 yards. So forget about any thought of even getting close to this par 5 and 2. Plus, just to add insult to injury, the 2 bunkers off the tee are perfectly placed. They're about 298 yards, smack bang in the middle of that. I doubt you can get past those, but you need a good drive, really, to try and leave yourself a short third shot.
Second from an excellent lie. Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Frank, not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par 5.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really set him backwards.
Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Third shot, looking for a good one. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
This one has a good line. This one has a chance, and he has it. Beautiful putt. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
And with that, he'll go to 3 under. Settles in over the putt. That's good work. That's a good par right there.
Even par currently.
That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Now to the par 3 14th. It is 240 yards. What a golf course, Frank. I mean, this tests the best in the world. I'm talking about McIlroy, Jordan Spieth, and Ricky Fowler. 700-yard par 5s and nearly 600-yard par 4s. This is all you want.
It certainly is, and that's why the total yardage of this golf course is nearly 7,700 yards. This par 3, just a beast at 240 yards. One thing you want to do, though, is avoid Lake Zimmer. It's a big body of water to the right. If anything, though, look at the green. It shapes a little to the right, so you can use that left side of the green, which is away from the lake. It's a smart way to play this.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Frank, way offline all day long.
Yeah, this is a head scratcher, really. Seen him play before. Normally much better than this. This is abnormal, that's for sure.
Wouldn't call it a great approach shot, but it still ends up in the fringe.
Yeah, a little bit of magic from here. It's hole's not over.
Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens. Not in the fairway, but not too bad. Just in that first cut. Frank, a little chip shot here from the fringe. Now, a lot of options. I've seen some players hit 6-iron. Others will shut down like a sand wedge.
Yeah, there's two schools of thought. Some people just try and perfect like one club. But really, the best chippers chip with a variety of clubs.
Poulter just trying to keep his round on track. This is for par. That was a good run right there. Almost went in.
At least he's seen the line as it went past the hole. So just replicate that on the way back.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
This for par. Let's see if Stenson can cash in one more time. This one just requires a little bit of focus. So with that, 1 over par. In for par. Rich Lerner back at Lighthouse Point with Frank Nobilo. We're at the 15th hole. Frank, a relatively short par 4, 387 yards.
Yeah, finally we get one under 400 yards. A little bit of trouble off the tee to be avoided. Bunker left and that little pot bunker on the right. But missed those. And really, this is a very much a scoring opportunity. That's an absolute beauty. Oh, I like that.
Steeply up the hill here. This is going to play very long. Not terrible, but not his best.
Outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. That is an excellent lag putt right there. Had the speed perfectly. He is capable of going on some torrid runs. This would be a birdie for Fowler.
Just a fraction too aggressive. Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, and all of a sudden you're faced with a lot of work, more work than you had hoped for, just to make the par. Oh, I thought he had that. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Well done, and 3 under for the day. Just a couple of feet. Just trying to keep this round on track. Has that putt, stays at 1 over. That is a solid par putt. This would give him the par. He's made it. Final par 3 on the backside. It's the 16th, 241 yards. Time to make a move as we are in the finishing stretch here.
When you give the scorecard a cursory look, you might think 240-something yards is a difficult hole, but this plays quite a bit downhill, so it plays more around the 200-yard mark. A fairly generous green, protected by the bunker.
Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. Oh no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up.
There is fairway out there. There is.
He can't find it, though.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough.
Frank, what's the best way to get at the golf ball when it's sitting down just a bit in the rough?
You have to accept the fact, first and foremost, that you're not going to get clean contacts. You have to decide whether the ball's going to come out short or it's going to fly. Because very rarely will it come out the normal distance of what you hit on the fairway. So if it's a little thin and wispy, chances are it might fly. If it's nestled down, you're going to have to take at least another club.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. He'll need to be strong with this. Frank, how about that?
Oh, can you believe that, too? I mean, could have hit the flag and bounced away. Instead, straight in. Amazing shot, and really deserves it.
Henrik now eyeing a par. Nice par to remain 3 under. Now at the 17th, and Frank a chance to make a birdie. Who knows, with a couple of huge pokes, you could make Eagle 3. This is a pretty stout hole at a little bit more than 600 yards.
It is, especially if that breeze comes off the water into your face. But normally you're protected here because the hills on the left will block that breeze. Bunkers all the way down the right side, you can see that. But yeah, you're right, 2 big hits, and you might just reach this par 5 and 2. Birdie, perhaps even eagle on a good day.
Oh, come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350 plus yards. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway. He is really playing well today, Frank.
Extremely well given these conditions. High winds, the ability to judge the ball around these conditions, and putted well too. Putting in the wind also not the easiest thing to do.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the hole location from here.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
How about that shot? From that lie to get it that close, tremendous effort. Frank, chip shot here from just on the fringe. You like to hit this the way you would a putt?
Yeah, I normally take a club that's going to land just on the flat surface of the green, then run from there. Often people take too much loft.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Locked in on the read and the speed.
How did that not go in?
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par. Good putt and a good move. Now to 4 under. Nothing wrong with that par putt. For par. 3 under on the day. So they'll tap in. That's a birdie to draw it back to even par. Frank, it's been quite a journey to this point, but here we are, the 18th hole at Lighthouse Point.
It looks like a dogleg left, or it should play like a dogleg left. You might stand on that tee and think that you can take the direct line.
You can't get there from here, can you?
Good old Maine terminology there. So the goal really is to somehow find that fairway down the right. And, of course, it all depends on how far you fly that tee shot on the line you take. From there on in, just a short iron and maybe a chance to get another birdie and finish with a smile on your face. I'm loving that balance.
Ian Poulter going for the green here. Birdie attempt coming up for Ian. Second shot now for Ricky Fowler. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. The second shot now to the par 4. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Oh, do that. What a putt. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Well, there you go. 68 for the day. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. That takes him to 1 under on the day. Frank, they gave us a great show today.
No, they certainly did. Course played well. You got what you deserved out there.
Some outstanding performances. And for our entire team, I'm Rich Lerner, saying so long for now. Up and ready to go here at the par 4 first at Lighthouse Point. What a golf course.
It certainly is, Rich. Hopefully there's no perfect storm today, but what a way to start. Very, very sharp dogleg left par 4 to open up. Ideally, you'd like to hit it just to the corner of the dogleg, and that should leave about the easiest second shot you get here at the opening hole.
You don't want to miss it long and left, Frank, because if you do, you'll be over the cliffs. And not even the Lighthouse is going to help you find that golf ball.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it.
Rich, do you think we should tell him this fairway out there?
Yeah, he's been in the rough all day long. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
And that one rolls just into the rough.
Now you have to decide whether or not that ball's going to fly or not.
From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot.
This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Good swing, good shot yet again. That is a green in regulation as the approach shot hits the first green, but he is by no means in for par yet. A lengthy putt coming up.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Just a bit left of the hole location.
Should still be okay.
And setting up here in the rough.
The lie pretty much dictated the result. Thick rough, tough to get that all the way to the green.
Trying to muscle it out of there, but you had to be Schwarzenegger to get that one done. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
In the greenside bunker, Frank, little bit of a problem. I want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Well, still a long ways to go.
Yeah, I'd like to think at the end of the day he's forgotten about that.
So in the bunker, getting set to play the fifth shot. Frank, this is a cross-country putt. He'll have a go at it, though, for birdie. We'll see.
There's no backing down here. This is going to go up and down and all over the place, but a chance to go in.
Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. To 1 over par early on in this round. He has this attempt for par. Drops it, and he's at even par. Just a shade over par, +1. You can see the look of disgust, and it's justifiable. It's a double bogey. Now at the second hole here at Lighthouse, it's a par 3, 234 yards. Difficult hole, Frank, especially when the wind picks up.
It is, and you can see with that bunker on the right side, that's obviously the bailout area because the problem side is to the left of this green. That's where the cliff starts to run all the way down to the ocean. This is a very difficult par 3, not just because of its length, but because it's exposed to all of Maine's elements.
That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You've hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Not his best shot, and now he'll have to deal with a bunker.
Yeah, they say the hardest shot in golf, the next one.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot. Should be safely on deck.
So in the first cut here, it could be worse. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Perfect. And in the hole. What a shot. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Good putt. Brandt Snedeker for par. So, 2 over early. So a tester from 4 feet. Just trying to keep this round on track. Has that putt, stays at 1 over. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo back with you at the third hole here at the Cliffs. And this is a hole that offers up a chance to put a red number on the board, Frank.
It certainly does. A good drive finding this very narrow fairway will certainly give you the opportunity to reach the green in 2. Stray a little left, either with the drive or the second, and all of a sudden you might realize this par 5 has teeth.
But this one has a chance to be really good. Second from an excellent lie. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Good lie in the fairway. A good chance to make something happen here. That shot does finish up on the green, but it sets up for a very difficult putt. That's a bit offline in the rough.
Normally you'd say it's a bad tee shot, but this is a pattern, Rich.
How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
That is not going in the right direction.
That's as bad a shot as I've seen for a long while.
Looks like he just misread that. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Getting set now over the putt. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Birdie chance now for Jordan Spieth. -1 and really going. This is a 9-footer. Rolls in the par putt, stays at +2.
Even par currently.
Good putt, and now 1 under par. Fourth hole is 411 yards, par 4. And Frank, this is the kind of hole where you want to pull out the cell phone and take a few pictures. The views are absolutely stunning. Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
This one will play a little bit longer. It's up the hill to that green. Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed.
So young and so accomplished already. Jordan Spieth, ready with his approach.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, just seemed to baby it.
Frank, chip shot here from just on the fringe. You like to hit this the way you would a putt?
Yeah, I normally take a club that's going to land just on the flat surface of the green, then run from there. Often people take too much loft.
He'll need to be strong with this. Martin Keimer for birdie.
Inexcusable.
And getting ready for the putt. Stays at 1 under with that par. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. And with that, 1 under par. Good roll, solid, that's a par. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Okay, no problem with that one. Now at the 5th here at Lighthouse Point to par 4. Frank, what are we in store for?
When you stand on this tee, Rich, you don't see any fairway bunkers, but be careful, it can certainly fool you. The goal really with the Cliffs course is to find fairways.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Good contact, good result. Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot.
This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. He's going to have to find something, Frank, other than the rough.
Yeah, there's hitting it right and there's hitting it left, but when you've got to go out of both barrels, the game becomes hard.
Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. This has no chance of finding the fairway. This is turning left.
We are about 170 yards from the hole. This is a good-looking shot. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
You like that right there, Frank?
Beautiful lag putt. Great pace. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
No way! He hold it, Frank.
Great pitch shot.
Jordan Spieth eyeing this putt for birdie. Might be. Could be. Go ahead and do that. What a putt. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Just a couple of feet. Good stroke right there. That's a par and stays at 1 under. Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. Moving on to hole number 6, par 3 of 198 yards. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot. Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. Not a huge miss, Frank, but did lose this just a little to the right.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to catch a piece of the green, though.
Long putt here. This will require a good touch. Well, that's all you want right there. Just lag it down. Don't get too crazy. And now just a tap in left. Brandt for birdie. It's a good looking putt right here. He might like it. Oh, he's going to love it.
How far was that? That was miles away.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Over the putt, this is Jordan Spieth. Holding steady now at 2 under par. Lining this one up for par. Drops it, and he's at even par. So just a formality here. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and keep things steady. Par 4 7th, only 370 yards. Frank, decision to be made off that tee.
It is. I walked this hole, Rich, to the narrowest point of the fairway, 278 yards. And if you want to carry that left side, you're going to have to be strong, 300 yards. So really, I don't know if driver's the play, maybe even 3-wood's too much. You might have to throttle back even further. So the hole might be short. You just might get a little bit of a longer second shot than what the scorecard would normally allow you.
Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker. Well, those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. He'll need to be strong with this. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here. Fairly good shot out of the sand. Might be a little wide of the target.
But it's solid, not bad. And it generates some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder, hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Not what he wanted, but he's headed to the beach. Locked in on the read and the speed. You know how to play this shot, Frank, right? You keep your chin up, you look down your nose at the ball, you have to pick it cleanly, and keep your head still. Getting ready now for this next shot in the bunker. Chance now for Jordan Spieth. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Routine stuff for Rory, that's a par. Could use this one. This is for par. that takes him to 1 under on the day. That's messy. That's a double bogey. So they'll tap in. That's the idea. Just knock it in. Another par 3. We're at the 8th. It is only 165 yards. That's been the story of the day. Hacking it out of the rough.
Gonna have grass stains on the shoes coming in.
Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. That's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
And this is looking really good. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Frank, is this one going to be okay?
Yeah, just a little right. Seemed like good contact.
Good looking shot right here. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
So a good lag putt there, Frank.
Yeah, the whole idea of a lag putt, sometimes you build with a 3 or a 4 foot circle. Just try and get it inside that. Good putt.
Frank, he might like this one. This one has a chance, and he has it. Beautiful putt. Settles in over the putt. Makes it and moves to 1 over. Oh, what an incredible shot. Martin Keimer now ready to putt. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. We move to the 9th hole, and we begin to go inland, Frank. I'll miss some of the views along the ocean. I won't miss the nerves with the potential of a golf ball sailing off into the Atlantic Ocean. That said, par 5, you think about a scoring opportunity, but then I look at the scorecard, and it says this is the number 6 handicap hole. That's pretty tough.
It is, and the reason why is there's trouble both sides of this fairway, and that's normally sand and cliffs. And the designer's really thrown the boat out. Excuse the pun. We are on the coastline here. This whole dog legs to the left, and ideally, you just sort of like to go fairway, fairway pitch. That's the prudent way to play the hole. But of course, everybody likes to chance the driver and reach the par 5 and 2. Miss, pay the price.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Just a bit offline and into the bunker.
Second shot.
Oh no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Frank, it's a hard game to play from the high grass.
And that's where he's been more often than not today.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
This is a cross-country special. That's all he wanted to do there.
Yeah, it's touch. And when you think from that distance, chances of making are almost none. So to guarantee a two-putt, well done.
And it is in.
Amazing. Amazing.
Well, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Getting set now over the putt.
Even par, currently.
Drops it, and he's at even par. Has this one for par. Solid effort and reasonable result to stay at 1 over par. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back nine, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way. I've seen some long tee shots, but it's the advantage to tee that ball up. Get it up there quickly, get the wind behind you. It's amazing how far you can hit it.
Second shot now on the way for Brandt Snedeker. So trying to get the back nine off to a good start. The approach shot is on the green, but he still has work to do. This is about a 30-footer coming up. Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. That was not a very good read right there. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Ooh, that hurts. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
He has this putt for birdie. In the hole, and that'll bring the score to 1 under. Okay, has it, and stays at 1 over par. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Now we go to the 11th hole, and this is a par 5, but it's actually shorter than the par 4 10th. This one comes in at 530 yards, and more evidence of the kind of creativity by the award-winning design team of Patel and Duncan.
Well, that's right. Patel really is known to be the shaper. He's the one that makes all those interesting shapes of the bunkers. For example, here, nipping it in the fairway, making driver almost too much club or very, very risky, plus the front bunker there. Now, this is a great par 5. The reason why, it's reachable, it's tempting, but you don't know what you're going to finish up shooting on it.
Well, those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5. His second shot. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. That one is in the bunker. Missed the fairway in the fairway bunker now.
It's not all gloom and doom, though. Lip isn't too high. A good swing here still shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but that is well on the cards.
Frank, where's this one headed?
Well, might just catch the left side of the green. Get on the dance floor, but it's going to be a long way away from the band.
Frank, this ball's in the rough. Do you like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully, and you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
In the greenside bunker here, Frank. Nice to go to the beach, but not too often, we hope. Routine stuff here, Frank, from the bunker?
We've just got to be careful of that lip in front of him with his third shot coming up.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Bang, right in the back of the cup, Frank.
Unbelievable.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Could it be? So makes the putt, and now at -6. Birdie chance now for Jordan Spieth. -3 now for the round. Just a couple of feet. Now at even par with that birdie. 12th hole now, and Frank, the long hitters could have an advantage here.
If they want to take a very dangerous line over that left side, this is really where the shot maker has the advantage. That hole bending completely to the left. You'd like to hit a draw there, so use those bunkers down the through side of the fairway and then just sort of shape that ball towards the green. Interesting shaped green, really 3 different sections to this, and of course 3 bunkers, each protecting a different portion.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker. That's a bit offline in the rough. All right, Frank, second shot.
Yeah, it looks like a good lie. Just take maybe half a club more than the distance allows. Still got to check the wind. Don't have to fly the ball all the way to the flag from here.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par. Always tough to get a decent flight out of the rough. And you could see that ball was never soaring out of that light.
Did the smart thing there, Frank. Took his medicine, back out onto the fairway. This is 130 yards out.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. He just missed the bunker. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
About 95 yards to the hole with a wind at his back. Not his best shot, and now he'll have to deal with a bunker.
Yeah, they say the hardest shot in golf, the next one.
In the greenside bunker, Frank, little bit of a problem. Digs into the bunker, getting set to play the third shot. Lays the face open. He'll try to pop this one out. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Still even par for the day. Well, call it youthful indiscretion. This one got away from Spieth, has this now for double bogey. This game's amazing. You're rolling along, life is beautiful, and then bang.
Step away from the controller.
Total depression. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Has this to save par. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Well, well, well. What do we have here, partner? The par 5 13th, or is it a par 8? I can't tell.
It looks like a misprint, Rich. 702 yards, and not only that, too, they put the two fairway bunkers in a perfect place. Perfect place if they want to annoy your tee shot. It's going to take 310, 320 yards just to get past that. Then you've got a long, long way to go. And, of course, remember when you're on 10? This is the shared green. So 13 and 10, this is where they meet up again. At the end of that long, long walk. Second shot.
He's going to have to find something, Frank, other than the rough.
Yeah, there's hitting it right and there's hitting it left, but when you've got to go out of both barrels, the game becomes hard.
Now the second shot to the par 5. Second from an excellent lie. Challenging shot from 180 yards and in the second cut. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. .110 yards left for the third shot. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. This one's tracking. Oh, and it's good. What an amazing putt. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Jordan Spieth eyeing this putt for birdie. Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful putt. Settles in over the putt.
Good roll, good putt.
Trying to stay steady, make a par. Keeps the momentum going with that putt. Stays at 3 under. Now to the par 3 14th. It is 240 yards. What a golf course, Frank. I mean, this tests the best in the world. I'm talking about McIlroy, Jordan Spieth, and Ricky Fowler. 700-yard par 5s and nearly 600-yard par 4s. This is all you want.
It certainly is, and that's why the total yardage of this golf course is nearly 7,700 yards. This par 3, just a beast at 240 yards. One thing you want to do, though, is avoid Lake Zimmer. That big body of water to the right. If anything, though, look at the green. It shapes a little to the right, so you can use that left side of the green, which is away from the lake. It's a smart way to play this.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet. Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Frank, this birdie putt is from downtown.
Well, if you want to build a skyscraper, you've got to knock a few of these in.
Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, you couldn't hit that much better.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
And getting ready for the putt. That's how you maintain momentum. You make those putts for par. -1 for the day. Just a couple of feet. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there. 15th hole, and Frank, a return to sanity. 387 yards, par 4.
Yeah, second easiest hole on the golf course. Bends a little to the left. Just avoid the sand, left, and that little pot bunker on the right. And you should be set up with a relatively short iron in to a green that really the only problem is if you go long.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Little uphill to this green, Frank. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
The second shot now to the par 4. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Well, that's all you want right there. Just lag it down, don't get too crazy, and now just a tap in left. Spieth trying to light the fuse. This one's for birdie. Takes it to 3 under for the day. He has a birdie opportunity here. Good putt. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. You always like that. Count it as a birdie. Good stroke right there. That's a par and stays at 1 under. And another fun hole here at Lighthouse Point. It's the last par 3 on the back 9 as we begin this closing stretch. 241 yards downhill. Par 3 16th. Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he was thinking on that.
Just a bit offline and into the bunker. Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. Not what he wanted, but he's headed to the beach.
Should be safely on deck.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. That shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close. That's good. Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3. Could have been a lot worse. That didn't finish up too bad.
No, just on the fringe, so he'll still have an opportunity to knock this one in. Looking to splash this softly onto the green. Brandt for his par. Just has the feel today. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Routine stuff for Rory, that's a par. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Four under on the day. This from 7 feet. And he makes it for a bogey. Well, Frank, I love this par 5 17th. Not only is it fun to play, but if you head over the Juniata Crossway Bridge ahead, you can find Brent's Lobster Shack, which is one of the best lobster rolls I have ever had. And you know they specialize in that up here in Maine. But what a hole. I mean, that is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards. And from the fairway for his second shot here.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough.
Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special.
See that bit where they mow? That's fairway. Try and get it in there.
And into the thicker stuff.
Let's see if he can bludgeon this one out.
That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You've hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green.
Rich, with a lie like that on the rough, you're going to get too much grass between club face and ball. You're going to have to adjust for that and at least take a club or two more.
And it makes the green in regulation. And setting up here in the rough. You know how to play this shot, Frank, right? You keep your chin up, you look down your nose at the ball, you have to pick it cleanly, and keep your head still. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
12 feet still to go. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Getting set now over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Shouldn't be a problem here. And with that putt, he moves to 3 under. Putt for par. Needs one. Stays at 1 under with that par. Those keep the round going, those par putts. We've made it at last to the 18th, partner. What a finishing hole.
It is. It's a tee shot you have to respect. That fairway goes on that sort of 60-degree angle towards the left, so you have to know how far you fly the ball, and of course you can't afford to miss hit your tee shot. But a good tee shot. Let's talk a bit positive here. Good tee shot in the middle of the fairway, just going to leave you a short iron, and an excellent chance to finish with another birdie.
Second shot now on the way for Brandt Snedeker. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. So young and so accomplished already. Jordan Spieth ready with his approach. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green.
Really. This is an awkward length.
Get in. Yes, good putt. Martin Keimer now ready to putt. So finishes the round with a 66. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. That puts them at 4 under for the round. Frank, a lot to like in this performance today.
Oh, it is. There's so many positives to take out of this round, not just the possibility to win this week, but going forward.